Right then, my lovelies, it's Tiny Tom Logan back with another video for you, and today we're going to be taking our first look at the introduction for the Envy case. This is our first prize system. It's going to be based around a Gigabyte G1 Assassin 2 2011 board, a 3960X, two Kingston HyperX 120GB solid state drives, which we're going to be putting in RAID 0. Water cooling is going to be based around a XSPC RX 360 radiator, and the graphics card is going to be a GTX 580. But I will say, at this present moment in time, we've been having a few problems with the 580. Not that it's faulty or anything, but we got sent the wrong one originally, and just for sod's law, the guy that I deal with, Nvidia, is now on paternity leave and stuff, and trying to get another graphics card sent out from a retailer is proving to be a bit of a problem, because obviously I need to get Nvidia to sign it off so I can get it sent to me. Now, the one I've been sent isn't a reference design, and all the water cooling that I've got for it is reference design. That's already been sent out. So just to make things complicated, the Asus DC2 that I have got, there is a water block available for it, but I can't get one of those because I've already been given one of the reference blocks, and it's been opened and all that kind of stuff, and it's not something I can send back, so I've got to change the card. The card was the problem, because when I originally said about it, I had to have a reference card, so I knew I could just get one of the normal blocks and not one of the specialist blocks. And obviously I had all the water cooling but basically at the end of November last year, so the water cooling was sat there, and it was basically the graphics cards were the reason why the competition got put late. So it's all been a little bit of a kind of run on, and it's no real fault of anyone, it's just the way things panned out this time. But the reason why I'm saying this is, until the graphics card gets sorted one way or the other, I can't finish the rig, because if they turn around to me and say you can't have another card, then we're going to end up with the graphics card being on air, or they may end up sending me a reference one, and that just kind of appears, and then obviously we can get it all water blocked up. But I'm not going to do it until I know definitely either way, one way or the other. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because until I know one way or the other, and until the rig is finished, if I have to let the competition stay open longer, I will do. It's meant to finish on the 28th of February, but until I get this rig finished, and obviously get the graphics card problems resolved, I'm just going to leave the competition running. Whether people enter or not, I'm really not bothered, just so that it's there and it's available. Obviously you'll still get updates on this, and then once everything's done, we'll wrap all the rigs up and it'll get done as normal, because the original plan was this competition was going to start at the beginning of December. I was going to build the rigs 1st of January, I was going to open the competition for entries, and then at the end of January I was going to close the competition. And as you've all been well aware, we didn't even get this started until, I think it was the 2nd week in January, and that was because of delays of graphics cards. And the graphics cards, the reason why they were late is because one of the couriers lost the box, and it was literally, it was a nightmare. It was like everything was against us. But like I said, if I have to leave the competition open, I'm going to. Sadly, I can't really do anything about it. I need to get this graphics card problem resolved first. I don't want to put it on air, because obviously I've got 90 quid's worth of water blocks sat here, which isn't fair on XSPC and Special Tech to then miss that out. And then at the same time, if I use the air one, it then by opening the DC2 box, it then means, and using it, that if Nvidia then send me a reference card, I've got a reference, or rather I've got a DC2 card that then can't go back to the retailer that it came from. So it's all a bit of I can't do anything until I know 100% which way we're going to go. So hopefully within the next few days, or early next week, I should know, and I will let you guys know as soon as possible. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through what we're going to be doing to the Colossus Venom, because obviously this is actually only designed for a 240mm 60mm thick radiator in the roof, and I'm going to be fitting a 360mm radiator to it, and it means chopping the case about a bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera in now and give you a better look and explain the bits and bobs that I'm going to have to do to get this in and working, and basically accepting the bigger radiator that we want to. So I'm going to rejig the camera, and I'll talk to you more when it's here. Right then, lads and lassies, basically a 240mm radiator would sit roughly, I'll show you one quickly, this isn't the one that we're going to be using, but would sit roughly here, and it sits in the kind of the mesh area underneath. But what we're going to be doing is adding a 360 in, and just to show you how much difference it is, fitted, it goes like that. So basically what I'm going to be doing is sacrificing quite a bit, some of you may think. Now, inside here, now I can't see how good the camera's seeing at the moment, so I'm just going to step behind the camera and have a look. Right, you can see relatively well. Basically, what I need to do, flip me thing back round again, there we go. What I'm going to be doing is, I have to cut along underneath the hinges here, and it means losing the USB 3 ports here. They've got to go. If people want front panel USB 3s, then they'll have to add something in the optical bays or something at the front. Same with the USB 2s. You only really need it for pen drives, and not being funny, if you win a rig like this, you can easily get yourself an external USB 2 hub to put on your desk. Same with a USB 3. For us, this is more important to get coolant in, and it's about doing something different with the case, and it's also about showcasing, if you want to do a little bit of modding, what you can do with one of these BitPhoenix cases. So I'm going to be cutting along here. I'm also going to be coming right up to the mesh around the hinge and then back down again, and basically why that is because the radiator is going to sit about halfway in the middle of this the floor. We'll have to cut a big chunk of the floor out as well, and we'll probably end up cutting at the sides. I'll probably cut the USB 2s off at the side, so that we can slide the radiator in, and the radiator will sit, as I said, it's going to roughly sit in the middle of this panel. So it's going to sit about there. So it's going to pretty much take up the most of this drawer. Now I've got two options. Like I said, I'm going to cut that area out at the top there. So we don't know whether it will be all right to leave it just so that the air has to work its way out the mesh, or whether I may even add another lot of, like I'll cut a vent in the top of the case and then put some more mesh underneath. If I do this, then I need to go and make sure that in my garage I've got some mesh that will match this BitPhoenix mesh. I'm not sure whether I've got anything this fine, but I'll go and see if there's any cases I can't brutalise or something to get myself a bit of mesh to be able to put something in the top, because I think that would work a little bit better if we had some more mesh in the top here, and it'd be quite easy to cut underneath, stick the mesh, and it'll be lovely. And then, not being funny, once we've done that, the only reason that you're going to need to open this front panel will be to turn the case on and off and stuff like that. I could even, if I really wanted to, fix the case, the lid down, and just put a power and reset button at the top. But I don't know yet. Until we actually get cracking and start chopping bits into this and work out what we're going to be doing. But essentially that's what I've got to do with the radiator, and then after that it's just a case of bolting stuff in. It shouldn't be too much of a problem then, because we're going to use the bay res that comes with the XSPC kits that can go straight in the front, and then it's really just a case of bolting the hardware in. So yeah, that's it's actually not too bad a job, to be honest with you. The only thing is until I do finally get in there to have a look at the options, I've obviously got to take the roof off and see how I can go about putting the rad in there and stuff. What I'm also probably going to do is just run a single set of fans on push exhausting out. I was considering push pull, but I don't think I wouldn't be able to do it with this top one because of the hinges, and I don't really want to have 3 fans at the bottom and 2 at the top, because to me that's unbalanced. Not that it will make any difference to performance, but it just, in my head, it will make me feel that there's a fan missing, and I wouldn't really want that. So I'd rather miss the top lot of fans out, and then I may just put some green LED strips up here or something like that to kind of put a bit of colour up there. It's all just me being, to be perfectly honest with you, a little bit OCD about it. Like I said, with matching, the thought of having 3 fans on one side and 2 on the other, it literally just drives me nuts. So right, that is what we've got to do with the case. There's less work to do on this than I did really with the Raider, or even my Shinobi that I modded myself before. This is actually quite simple, and it's something that as long as I make the video all right, you'll be able to use as a guide later on for fitting a 360 into one of these cases. So yes, I'm going to leave the video here because I'm actually going to crack on with this, because what's the date today? Today is the 23rd of January, it's a Thursday. Tomorrow I'm finally at an event to go and play with the first lot of Ivy Bridge stuff. Can't say what vendor and all that kind of thing. And then the day after that I'm at a Heaven Media event. Heaven Media, it's an AMD event with Heaven Media. Like an AMD gaming event basically in London. So if anyone's going, keep your eyeballs open because I will be in attendance. So yes, so hopefully before the end of play today, I don't think I will, but I'm hoping I'll get an answer about the graphics card because I've been trying to find out about it all week. But otherwise, like I said, we're going to have to leave the competition to run on for a bit until I know 100% what's going on. But up until that point, I'm going to get this case done as best I can, and then once we know either way, then I'll hose it up and we'll work out what we're going to do. And hopefully I won't have to say sorry to anyone. So I'm going to leave this video here. I'm also going to be trying my new upload speed because my ISP has finally made some network changes and I should be getting my full upload. And just to kind of put it into context, it's over 30% quicker than it was before. I'm not going to say, you know, the ups and downs that I do get, but it's a massive increase. So hopefully it will mean I can upload my videos even quicker, which will mean I can make even longer ones. The 692 video, I might add, was 1.5 gig upload. And it took me, I think it was about 80 minutes in the end to upload it. So my upload times are obviously a lot better than a lot of you guys, but I pay for a business line for a reason, so that I've got a better upload. But anyway, right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I've bored you guys enough. This is the start of the Envy rig. Hopefully I'll know what's going on and we can get this cookie finished soon, because I want to get this competition finished up so I can finally get to see these rigs in someone's house, because I need the room back. So yeah, this is Tiny Tom Logan with another video for you. Out.